Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm an on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Well, my good audience, it seems that for the final time we have gathered to watch the works of the so-called master of exploitation, homage, Brad Jones, and his amateur's attempts at creating modern retro-style sleaze. And there was even this one weird instance when he tried romantic comedy. Nice try, but if I want to see a bunch of nerds obsessing about ancient video games, I watch real movies like The King of Kong, thank you very much. Okay, I'm not going to do this whole episode as a snob character. I mean, I don't even have that much of a beard and my father's glasses hurt my eyes, but I'm going to leave this suit on so you can admire my incredible chest hair. Well, there's no better way to end the miniseries about the works of Mr. Jones than with the origin story of his most famous character. This is the Cinema Snob movie.
Like with the previous straight-to-DVD outing Paranoia, this was also directed by Team Snob's regular producer Ryan Mitchell, who has also done some professional behind-the-camera work in such TV series as Flash Gordon and Leverage. I haven't seen those, nor have I seen his recent cameo in Sharknado 2, but let's cut the chase and go to Springfield, Illinois, where aspiring writer Greg Golightly, played by Mr. Jones, is asking local film mogul Dan Phillips, played by Mr. Mitchell, to fund his movie project.
African-American man in the 1970s. His parents are butchered by a crooked roller derby owner, and his sister is forced into prostitution. The only way to get revenge is to be one badass, double-handed, shotgun-wielding, roller-skating, disco-dancing motherfucker with the DNA of Tony Manero, Fred Williamson, and Truck Turner combined.
You have a title for this film?
Black Angus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Exploitation is dead, Craig. Your kind is relegated to showing movies on a bedsheet in a basement. You want my help? Make art. Make something important. Make something your mother and teachers will be proud of. Until then, you've got nothing.
You know, Dan's advice isn't that far off. First make a movie tailored to his taste in order to get the complete creative freedom for your future projects, and then you can do all the crazy exploitation you've always wanted.
So our main character goes to bar with his director friend Neil Hall, played by Jake Norvell, to discuss what they should do, and oh my god, that beard looks so fake.
No, I shouldn't criticize low-budget movies about their special effect failures, just move on.
Their solution is to talk to Neil's high school friend Jim, played by former Channel Awesome contributor Noah Antweiler, or better known as Spoony One, and ask him to be the producer. Why? This wasn't the first plan?
That's our idea.
Okay, I like it.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, it's got kind of this Tyler Perry meets Roll Bounce feel going for it.
Okay.
Tell you what, boys, I'm a very powerful man. I'm talking like Reese's Pieces powerful, so I guess I can help you with your little project here.
I have to say at this point that there's not a single bad performance in this movie, which is probably helped by all the characters having at least one funny line. Also, it's refreshing to see Mr. Antweiler to deviate from his eccentric internet person and play for once a straightforward character.
Where are you going?
Springfield's 5 miles that way. Now I gotta hurry because I can already hear the voices of people who need me.
Relatively speaking.
They also managed to secure the lead actor for the project, Vladimir Jackson, played by Orlando Bellesley, and he and Gene won't return until much later, by which point you have probably forgotten their existence. However...
Vladimir is my actor. I offered him the lead role in Black Beauty. Now suddenly he's no longer interested in your little exploitation venture. You have no actor, You also have no permits.
This is Central Illinois. Who uses permits?
Oh, everyone. When someone like me complains. You see, to shoot anything in this county, you need the permission of the local film board, which I happen to run.
You may get the impression from my review that this movie is fast-paced, but it really isn't. Many of the scenes don't advance the plot in any way, like the following scene where Drake and Neil get wasted and later do a Brad Trice episode on Anchovies Pizza. But to the movie's credit, at least the filler scenes are funny.
So Greg's plan is to pretend to be a film snob in order to get into Dan's pretentious movie club and earn his respect, and with that the filming permits. They think about what kind of review persona they should have, and eventually Craig settles for...
Play it to the bone. Well, I got a bone to pick with this mutt, which should be put to sleep at the doggy pound pronto.
Huh? Admittedly, the drawback of this movie's humor is that you need a vast knowledge of American pop culture from 70s and 80s. Even in the regular Cinema Snob episode, half of the jokes go straight over my head.
Eventually they come up with the iconographic Cinema Snob look, and under the pseudonym Vincent Dawn, Craig manages to blend in the film club. He even gets the respect when he shows the infamous torture flick Sallow or 120 Days of Sodom and analyzes it with the exact same words he did in his video review.
Now, this could be excused as just, hey, we're gonna show a bunch of shit eating on film, and because it's made by a highly acclaimed director, it'll be seen as something other than pure exploitation. Now, what those people don't understand is that the shit is a metaphor. It's not to be taken literally. The shit represents our dependency and addiction to the eating and consuming of mass-produced foods.
One person, however, sees through his disguise, namely Nancy, played by Mr. Jones's then-wife Gillian Juravsky, who is also savvy with exploitation. But alas, she's married to Dan. However, this is the least of Craig's worries.
Police responded to a call from his house. The paperboy rode up, as he does every morning, only to find Arch with a knife gouged into his spleen. But that wasn't all. They also found that a bat, wrapped in barbed wire, had been shoved up his ass, all the way till it came out his mouth, shattering his teeth and ripping open his lips.
Oh my fucking god!
You saw it right! Suddenly our romantic comedy gets hijacked by a freaking murder mystery. But this is a pity too, because once again Mr. Jones shows how great he is in writing romantic dialogue.
Then why are you still married?
Comfort zone, I guess. I mean, we've been married for so long, I don't really even think about divorce. We all have parts of our life that suck, right? Whether it's clothes that don't fit, movies we don't watch anymore. That's damn. He's a movie I got, I thought it'd be pretty sweet, and he turned out to be the happening. I just haven't gotten around to throwing him away.
So on the base level, this movie has the same problem as The Witness. Although what The Witness did right was to introduce the murder plot early on, so when it returns later it doesn't feel such a sudden genre change.
This is pretty much the second hour. The body count starts to rise, two detectives get involved, one of them being played by a former child star Zachary Lavoie, and Craig and Nancy are doing their own investigation, which is challenging because everyone acts suspiciously.
And I do mean everyone.
Hey guys, you look terrible.
I just saw a man die.
Cookie? They are divine.
What I'm trying to convey is that I wish the movie would be more like Mr. Jones's earlier work Game Boys. Now it feels like the murder plot was added just to add more tension to the latter half. At least it never stops being funny. Still, despite its flaws, the Cinema Snob movie is the best thing I've covered in this series.
Its main problems steer from the disjointed story structure and from its inability to decide what it wants to be, but reassuring knowing that the dialogue, humor and technical qualities are at their best. Even if you're not familiar with the web, so the movie is worth of a watch for its labor of love hour present in every aspect.
And thus, Behind the Cinema Snob comes to the end. Will I showcase Brad Jones's future works someday? Of course, I'll just have a different series for it. Just wait for a couple of videos, and you'll see. Well, my good audience, I thank you for your time, but now you must excuse me for I must go to prepare for my employer's 31 Days of Halloween collaboration and let you see just how pretentious I can get.
We're making a movie called Black Angus. You don't think we're gonna offend somebody?
Sure, it's going to offend white people who think black people will be offended.